Welcome to the Water Tribe. Today we are going into a super fun waterbending deck led by Katara herself. So let's dive in. Katara Water Tribe's Hope has Vigilance. When Katara enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token, Waterbend X, where creatures you control have base power and toughness XX until end of turn. X can't be 0. Activate only during your turn. This deck's all about making a bunch of tokens and using them to buff the whole team. The more you have, the tougher they can get with the Waterbend ability. So when it's time to attack, those hits can really add up. We've also got some unblockable creatures to make sure that damage gets through, even if your opponent's trying to block everything. First up we have is Aqueous Form. This aura would be great to attach to Katara herself, making her unblockable. This card can help you also close out games with commander damage. Blighted Agent is a powerful win con in this deck because it can't be blocked and also has Infect. With enough creatures on the board and artifacts to tap, you could swing for lethal poison damage with one swing. Grey Harbor Merfolk gives itself a nice power boost when we control our commander, and it's unblockable. Good ol' Lurker, Invisible Stalker, Mistcloaked Herald, Slitherblade, and Triton's Shore Stalker are all placed together because they all are very cheap in mana cost and just basically unblockable creatures. Shoreline Looter is similar to the cards previously mentioned, but also adds a little bit of card draw. We need creatures and artifacts to tap to really utilize Katara's waterbending ability. So that's where the token generators come into play. Adeline Resplendent Cathar. This one offers tokens that enter attacking each opponent on the battlefield, giving you more creatures to work with, especially if they can survive the combat. Chasm Skulker benefits from you drawing cards by giving itself counters, and when it dies, those counters turn into squid tokens. Since we have a decent amount of card draw in this deck, we can quickly add a bunch of tokens to the battlefield. Darien, King of Keldor, can really deter your opponents from wanting to swing in at you. Since the damage that is dealt to you, you create more tokens. The trade-off may not be worth it for them. Dollmaker's Toy Shop helps encourage your aggressive playstyle by creating more tokens when you attack with non-toy creatures. The Porcelain Gallery side can also work as a win con if you have a bunch of tokens on the board, or a workaround if Katara gets removed. Elspeth Sun's Champion is a token generator, large creature board wipe, and pump all in one, giving great versatility overall for what you need. Ethereal Investigator gives great token versatility because if you have 3 opponents, you can investigate 3 times, creating you 3 tokens to consistently tap on each of your turns. It also rewards you when you draw a second card on your turn. Faramir Prince of Athelion could go into the card draw or the token generator section. If your opponent decides to attack you, you create tokens, and if they don't, you draw a card. A pretty decent payoff overall. Haunted Library lets you cash in on opponent creature deaths. You may pay mana, create a token. Jacked Rabbit enters with counters, helping his overall power, but the real kicker comes from the secondary ability. If you can waterbend his base power and toughness as much as possible, he can reward you with a lot of great token generation. James Wandering Dad. This one gives you the opportunity to investigate, creating artifact tokens for you to tap, but you can also cast the creature side later and use his mana ability to contribute to the waterbending cost. Keeper of the Accord can reward you with mana ramp and token generation, so it could be in either section. What's great about Keeper is that it triggers on each opponent's end step if they have more lands or creatures, rewarding you if your opponents start to get ahead. Nadir Kraken is another great token generator that you can pay a bit of mana into to create a token when you draw a card. It can consistently get you lots of tentacles in this deck if you have the mana for it. Noble's Purse. Now people might wonder why this one isn't in the mana ramp section, and it's because we are using the treasures and eventually the artifact itself to tap them for Katara's waterbending ability. The Fish's Interrogation can let you investigate depending on how many creatures you and potentially your opponents have if you play the kicker cost. It rewards you for building your go wide board state and potentially your opponents too if you pay that kicker. In return, those clue tokens work for you again and again. The earlier you can get Piper right on the battlefield and swinging, the better. The more you can investigate, the more tools you have to tap. Search the Premises can help generate lots of tokens depending on how opponents swing at you. If they swing in with a bunch of creatures, you get a bunch of tokens. Overall, it is very synergistic with the deck, while also acting as a deterrent for your opponent's swings. Secure the Waste is a great spell if you have a bunch of mana to create a bunch of tokens. Storm Herd rewards you with tokens equal to your life total. The quicker you can play this card, the better. It's a powerful win con if you have a high enough life total. The Council for this one offers card draw and token generation. Whenever a player draws their second card each turn, you get to draw a card. And if they play 2 spells in a turn, you get to create a 2/2 knight. There are going to be casualties with our tokens. So Twilight Drover can help pick up the pieces. You pay mana and create 2 tokens in its place. We need to keep our hand full, and to keep this deck running, the more token generators and unblockable creatures we get on the board, the better, so these cards can help with that. Biden of Thassa, Coastal Piracy, and Reconnaissance Mission do practically the same thing. Whenever a creature deals combat damage, you draw a card. We have lots of creatures that are unblockable or lots of tokens to help get through if needed, ensuring that we have consistent card draw when we need it. Deep Analysis is an iconic blue draw spell that also gives the benefit of flashback, meaning that you can cast it again. Brainstorm allows you to kind of top deck a little and offer decent card draw for a 1 mana cost spell. Mangara the Diplomat rewards you if opponents cast a second spell each turn and attack you with multiple creatures, just helping us potentially deter opponents or give you card draw advantage. Shurokai Genesis Engine lets you draw cards and create tokens. Overall, just very synergistic with the strategy. Tempt with Bunnies. Every time I play this card, a lot of opponents will actually take the offer. In return, you get some great card draw along with more tokens. Sometimes we need the path cleared for all of our tokens to get through. This is where removal comes in, just helping us get rid of problematic threats. Dusk, Restricted Office, and the Battle of Bywater are perfect, powerful board wipes because you can use the waterbending ability to ensure that your creatures are base powered 2, or less till the end of turn, helping them stay safe while you clear the board. Generous Gift and Stroke of Midnight help you target specific permanents to destroy, great against problematic set pieces your opponents throw your way. Path to Exile and Swords to Plowshares is great at exiling a problematic creature at a low mana cost. We need to protect our board, and these cards help with that. If we can't go wide, the waterbend ability Katara offers is essentially useless. These cards help protect the set pieces by offering indestructible to our creatures. Since we are in blue, we can also rely on counterspells for protection. I've included these counterspells to help ensure that you are able to remove big threats before they even touch the battlefield. Just your classic blue strategy. For mana ramp, we're keeping things very simple with a bunch of mana rocks that tap for white and blue. They help us get our cards out on earlier turns and fix our colors. It's all about keeping the deck steady and ready to move. As for the lands, they are mostly basics with some sacrifice and filter lands mixed in. They help make sure that we get the colors we need and give us a little extra when we want it. Nothing fancy, just keeping the deck running smoothly. Well, that is it for this deck tech. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe to join the fairest community in all of Magic the Gathering. Until next time, this deck is so full of hope. It'll make you tear bend.